A man's greatest battle is not against the world. It is against his own unconscious. Beneath every craving lies a hidden wound. Beneath every obsession lies an unintegrated shadow. Desire is not the enemy. Unconscious desire is. Tonight we decode what Jung called the Anima, the feminine within the masculine soul. And once you understand it, you will never see attraction the same way again. Welcome to Female Nature Revealed, where we journey deep into the hidden psychology of desire, unmasking the profound truths of the soul. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Many believe that a man's desire is merely a physical urge, but in reality, it is a desperate cry for connection. Beneath the surface of carnal hunger lies a deeply unconscious need to be seen, validated, and healed from ancient childhood wounds. We often mistake this intense craving for simple biology, yet it is actually a spiritual quest to find a missing piece. Society teaches men to wear a mask of absolute confidence, hiding the fragile spirit that is secretly starving for genuine warmth. True intimacy has the power to strip away these heavy defenses, exposing the raw and tender humanity that lies underneath them. Like a wanderer in a vast desert seeking water, the masculine soul searches for a feminine energy to quench its thirst. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, viewed sexuality not just as biology, but as a bridge connecting the conscious and the unconscious. This bridge allows us to access parts of ourselves that are usually hidden in the shadows, waiting to be brought into light. Every sudden urge carries the heavy weight of forgotten memories and unhealed wounds that dictate our actions from behind the scenes. When a man engages in relationships without awareness, he is often chasing a ghost rather than connecting with a real person. He may find himself trading the sacred parts of his soul for temporary approval, leaving him feeling emptier than before. This internal conflict creates a cycle of seeking and disappointment, as the external world cannot fix what is broken on the inside. Jung introduced the concept of the shadow, the rejected parts of our personality that we hide from the world and ourselves. If a man does not recognize and integrate his shadow, it will silently direct his life and lead him into chaos. Deep within the male psyche lies the anima, the feminine aspect of his soul that influences his emotions and romantic choices. Ideally, the anima helps him connect, but often it becomes a source of projection, overlaying past figures onto present partners. Men frequently fall into the trap of projection, turning a woman into a goddess or a savior for their internal voids. But when the human reality of the woman inevitably reveals itself, the illusion shatters, turning deep adoration into bitter resentment. He realizes with great pain that no other person can ever fill the deep abyss that exists within his own soul. This cycle of projection and disappointment keeps him trapped in a labyrinth of emotional immaturity, repeating the same mistakes endlessly. To break this cycle, a man must turn inward and confront the stillness, acknowledging his needs without demanding others fulfill them. True strength comes from understanding that desire is a signal for self-exploration, not a command to conquer another person's body. Sexuality, in its highest form, is a sacred ritual, a powerful exchange of energy that goes beyond the physical realm. However, connecting without awareness with those who carry chaotic or negative energy can drain a man of his vital life force. Unconscious intimacy is dangerous. It can leave your spirit withered and your mind clouded by the unresolved trauma of others. A man must cultivate his own internal stability, becoming like a mountain that is not shaken by the storms of desire. By journaling and reflecting on his impulses, he begins to decode the secret language of his soul and gain control. The mask of the false self must be dropped so that the true self can breathe and connect authentically with others. Awareness acts as a lighthouse, guiding the man through the treacherous waters of his own emotions and instinctual drives safely. When projection ceases, he can finally see the woman before him as a human being, imperfect yet worthy of love. Just as the lotus blooms from the mud, profound wisdom and strength can grow from the depths of our darkest desires. We are not isolated beings driven only by biology. We are complex spirits seeking to return to a state of wholeness. The journey of the masculine is to walk through the fire of desire and emerge refined, conscious, and truly powerful. It requires the courage to let go of the need to possess and instead embrace the freedom of simply being present. When a man accepts himself fully, including his shadow, he no longer needs to use women to validate his own existence. Relationships then become a partnership of two whole individuals, rather than two broken halves trying to complete one another desperately. This conscious approach to desire is like a fire that warms the soul, rather than a wildfire that destroys everything. Knowledge is the first step, but application is the journey. Understanding these concepts requires daily practice and constant self-reflection. The path to spiritual maturity is steep and difficult, but the view from the summit of self-mastery is worth every step. Your individual desire is part of a greater flow of life energy. Do not repress it, but learn to channel it wisely. Like a master of martial arts, you must learn to direct this potent energy for creation, purpose, and higher love. Chaos turns into order when the conscious mind takes the helm, steering the ship of life with intention and clarity. The shadow, once a terrifying monster, becomes a source of power and creativity when it is acknowledged and properly integrated. You will find that relationships become less dramatic, but infinitely more satisfying, grounded in reality rather than fueled by fantasy. Patience is your ally. This transformation does not happen overnight, but is the result of 1,000 small, conscious choices. As you heal yourself, you also become a beacon for other men, showing them that vulnerability is actually a strength. Rewiring your brain to see women as partners rather than objects of salvation changes the entire trajectory of your life. Freedom is not the ability to act on every impulse, but the power to choose which impulses align with your soul. Let your awareness be the flame that lights up the dark corners of your psyche, revealing the treasures hidden within. Seek the truth of your nature. Do not be afraid of what you might find, for truth is the only cure. The modern world will try to sell you cheap substitutes for connection, but you must remain steadfast in your search. This is about healing not just yourself, but the generational wounds that have been passed down through your family line. By doing this work, you pave the way for a future where men are whole, conscious, and capable of deep love. Silence the noise of the world. Listen to the whisper of your soul. It has been waiting for you to listen. Integration is the key. Body, mind, and spirit must work in unison, not as enemies fighting for control of the vessel. Allow the rain of truth to wash away the illusions you have built. It may be cold, but it is cleansing. Be rooted in your own reality. A tree with deep roots need not fear the wind, just as a conscious man fears no emotion. The darkness of the unconscious is vast, but the light of consciousness is always stronger once it has been fully awakened. Take a deep breath. Feel the life within you. It is yours to command, yours to nurture, and yours to share wisely. Let your internal compass be guided by values and integrity, rather than the fleeting magnetic pull of temporary physical pleasure. Every conscious step you take creates a path of light for others to follow. You are a pioneer of the soul. Time will fade your physical form, but the work you do on your soul is eternal and transcends the physical body. Cultivate a blue flame of desire, hot, intense, yet clean and controlled, rather than a wild red fire that consumes everything. Look at the world around you with new eyes. See the desperate hunger in others with compassion, not judgment or exploitation. When two conscious souls meet, the connection is electric, healing, and transformative. It is the closest we get, to divinity. Honor your heart. It is not a weakness to feel deeply. It is the engine of your humanity and your power. As we close this chapter, remember that the journey of self-discovery never truly ends. It only deepens with every experience. Step out of the cave of unconsciousness. The light may hurt your eyes at first, but it is the only reality. Let your intentions be as clear as mountain water. Pure intentions attract pure experiences and repel the toxicity of the world. You have the power to rewrite your story. You are not a slave to your biology, but the master of your soul. Make a wish for your future self. Commit to the path of growth and watch as your reality transforms beautifully. Go forth with courage. Embrace your nature, understand your shadow, and love with a heart that is wide open and awake. Thank you for joining us on this profound exploration. If this message resonated with you, please share it with others. This is Female Nature Revealed. Subscribe for more insights into the human soul. Until next time, stay conscious and stay strong.